welcome to another show of Don't Get This Twisted. I am Rob, along with my co-host, as always, Tina. How you doing, Tina?
I'm tired today. My voice is a little bit deeper, and I want to be back asleep, but I got shit to do today. So here we are at 8 o'clock in the morning trying to record this.
Right. And here's the funny part. I've been up for 3 hours.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, I know. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. But, what do you do? So I sent you something a long time ago.
You did.
Because you are a hairstylist, and we've talked about my job in the past of, I'm in sales, so it's kind of an up and down thing with how you help customers. Right. But this one I thought was a very interesting thing. And you're going to have a lot to say about it. And
I know. I hope my clients don't listen to this because I don't want to feel like I'm bitching them out, but I may be after this. Who knows?
But I think that this one is like, well, I'll give you the
it's salon
tagline.
Yeah.
It says 9 polite salon habits that hairstylists actually dislike. And after reading a couple of them, can kind of understand. Basically, these are kind of do's and don'ts of going to a hair salon. And I think in your case, you've done it so long that
34 years. I've been a hairstylist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
I'm not
shit.
old enough for that. I don't even know what the hell happened. I blinked and
it went super quick.
It did. It's funny. I always think I'm going to get a different job, but I'm like, what would I do that I have this much fun, make the money that I do in the short amount of time and have, my life still, it's
correct.
It's the best job to have for that. I don't have retirement sort of benefits, or I don't get to go on paid vacations, but
right.
It all works out in the wash.
But you get other stuff.
I do.
You know what I mean?
I do. I get to hang out with my friends all day.
Exactly. That's
It is kind of the way it is.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, I'll kind of go down the line of what it says here. I'll just read the first paragraph because I think that people who go to salons think they're helping you and don't realize that they're not. And again, I think some of these are people are going to go, oh, well, that's kind of nitpicking. But I can understand just coming from a professional standpoint. So it says the salon is much a professional establishment as it is a place of social gathering for everyone seeking out a hair refresh, whether it's a color boost or a new cut. While there's certainly a lot of do's and don'ts at the hair salon, having your best experience comes down to knowing how to interact with your stylist in a way that will make it enjoyable for both parties. It can be tempting to go above and beyond in politeness, but it's not always necessary. Just let the stylist steer the appointment and you'll be set up for success. I think that is an amazing paragraph for almost any work that you go to. I get being polite, but it's not always necessary. Mostly in your case, I do my best. I mean, I have friends cut my hair, so it's a little different. But one of them is a hairstylist. She does hair for a living. She just does me a favor and cuts my hair. So, because she really didn't do men's hair all the time. Now she works for like a sports cuts on the side, but she generally is like you, where she only really does girls' hair because she does like blowouts and dye jobs and all the shit that you do. So, so for me, it's like, I can understand this girl I dated a bazillion years ago. So when I got my hair cut the first time by her, I was like, hey, just cut my hair how you like it. Because it was just easier for me, right?
I love when people say that, though. I love when people say that because they normally get a way better experience out of me than telling me exactly what hair to cut.
Yeah, because here's my bigger thing with it is that I was like, you have to be seen with me. So,
right?
Like, if you're happy and you're digging it, it's a win-win, right? It's like, cool. So here's some etiquette, and I'm really bad with the first one, and I'll say what it is, and then I'll tell you why. It says showing up early. While being late is perhaps the most important etiquette no to avoid, showing up early rarely has its intended result. It's considered extra polite, as it might actually put pressure on the stylist to finish the other client quicker.
It does. It definitely puts pressure.
So like for me, my problem is that I'm always early to everything because I hate being late. But what I've learned from this is just that. If you are early, wait in your car.
Yeah.
It's just
I
better.
like when people show up right on time, because I try to stay right on time, and I don't even like to show up to work a minute early. I want to be there right on time. I throw my apron on while they're putting their stuff down, and then I go to work. You know, it's no time wasted is what I always say. No time wasted. I was doing my own thing till right now.
Well, and it's funny that you say that, because here's the next part of that. Says, if your goal is to be able to sneak in early or add an extra service, remember that typical stylist schedules are intentionally very tight. Therefore, you are more likely to have to wait until your appointment time or even a few minutes after. You can always call beforehand to see if the stylist will be able to add to your appointment. So let's say you want to do something different, so you can gauge the showing up early or not. Yeah, like
also,
guys,
like if you want an extra service, most of the time I can't do that because I have so much time that I'm going to be working. I pack that as full as I can, and I don't normally sit when I'm at work unless I'm doing a weave, and I'll pull up my stool and I'll sit down on it and work from the back of the head. But most of the time I'm standing, so I want to minimize the amount of time I'm at work and maximize the amount of money that I'm going to be making. So to me, it's like, if people are early and they want other things, I'm like, yeah, well, that would have been great if I had had time. And most of the time I won't, because of the way I book my servicing. But that doesn't mean don't ask, because you could get lucky. It could be that one day where I'm like, I remember being married and not wanting to go home. Everybody got everything they wanted. I'll be like, can you want to do lunch? And then we'll come back and do whatever we got to do. Like, I did that a lot, just to stay out of the house for a while.
This is kind of the next one is kind of a interesting thing. Part of that, it says also, additionally, make sure to schedule your appointments when your hair actually needs the attention, not too frequently and not too spread out. So basically, like, don't wait until your ends are damaged. Like, try to make it, on a schedule. Basically,
I think that's more. Hair cutting is not the big deal. Like, if you waited too long and your hairs are roughed up, just know that I'm going to have to cut that off or put something on it to help it. But ultimately, it needs to be cut off. So if you're wanting to grow your hair out, you need to give it a little bit more attention. But color and stuff like that, I think that everybody needs to be on a specific scale or specific schedule, because they need certain things. I have one cousin, her hair is white, and we do her hair really dark because that's how her hair has always been. Plus, the color doesn't take at a lighter level. So I tell her, you can't go extra time because I need the heat from your head to work, on your gray hair so that it penetrates.
Right.
So, and that she didn't really, before I became her hairdresser, she never really thought about that. But now she gets it, and I'm keeping her hair. It's looking really good because we're on a schedule. That people don't understand how important that schedule it can be.
Right. For me, I think it's a little different because now, like, Teen knew me when I had, hair to my waist.
Yeah, I did.
So it was great because I could run into Tina and you'd just trim my hair. So it was like, I didn't do anything to it. I wore it all one length. I could go in, you went
done
all the way around, and it was done. So now that my hair is really short, I get my hair cut no more than every 3 weeks because
you definitely got a 3-weeker.
Because it just bothers me now because now I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can see it where it's like, because I have a really bad, what do you call it? In the center of your head?
A colic?
A colic? I have a really bad one.
A cowlick, not a colic.
A cowlick.
Yeah.
So it's really bad. Like it'll start like popping out. So I have to shave it. Like she shaves it all the way gone, like in that part of it. So it just makes it easier for me. But that's like my tell sign when I have to put on more shit in the morning to make it stay down. Like it is almost time for a fucking haircut because I just can't do it. So, okay, here's one that I thought was just funny while we were reading it before we got on here. And I couldn't imagine people doing it. And then I read it and I went, oh yeah, people can totally do this. It says offering to blow dry your own hair.
Yeah.
Do people actually do that?
My clients don't. My clients want, I've been told that you attract the type of people that you are. And when I'm getting my hair done, I'm falling asleep. I have no want to blow dry my own hair. I will, though, when I'm at the shop, I will color my own hair. It drives the girls at the shop crazy. And I got to say, I love them for that because I used to always color my hair, wash my own hair. I could wash my own hair in a sink while I'm laying backwards and get everything off. And I've done it for years because at the shops I worked at, I was kind of a loner and stayed to myself. This shop, they don't allow that. So, I feel like I get a little bit pampered now because they'll put my color on, they'll wash it off, they'll trim my hair, they'll even blow dry it if I let them. But
right.
I don't think my clients are ones to do that. But there are the few that will bring in their own. I did have this one woman who would bring in a diffuser and her own stuff, and she would flip her head upside down and do her little thing, and I just let her do it while I was cleaning up. But I think ultimately you should let your hairdresser do it because your hair is going to turn out better if you just let them, do their thing. That's what they're trained to do. But if somebody wants to take the pressure off me, I'll let them. I'll put somebody else in that appointment.
To me, I want to be pampered.
Yes.
Like if I'm paying a lot of money, take care of me. Like I'm not a big, I shouldn't say I'm not a big fan. My friend, she does me good, right? She gives me a great deal on stuff, blah, blah, blah. So like for me, I do my best to not take a lot of her time up so she can make money.
Mm-hmm. It's important to do that.
Yeah. She does. And look, she has my hair down to like, and I'm not joking. She can cut my hair in about 12 minutes.
Oh yeah.
It's just so, but when she works at the sports clips place, I was in there the other day and she's like, would you like your hair wash? And I'm like, nah. She's like, no, really? Would you like your hair wash? Like she was giving me can I wash your hair real quick? Cause I think she was just not ready to like,
there was somebody waiting she didn't want to work on or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I was like, she's like, no, really? And then I did it again and I haven't, you used to wash my hair all the time. So like for me, I was like, after I got up, I was like, oh man, I want to try to do that shit to me all the time. Like, it's so relaxing. It's so I get being pampered, but I couldn't imagine. My whole thing is this, like, if you want to blow dry your hair, do it the next time. I think there's something about when I leave there, I want to feel like something cool happened to you. Like, and for some reason, like the way she puts gel in my hair is awesome. And it always looks better when she does it. So I'm like, I would say that's a protocol I would totally stay with. And like, let the professional do it.
The good thing with blow drying hair too, is if I missed a spot, and it does happen, your guide gets, off or whatever, you flip the hair the wrong way, you're guaranteed that it's going to look better, or it's going to be done better if we could put our hands through it and blow dry it. and see
Correct.
where it's laying and see what's happening, see where it's heavy. Those are all like things that we do after the cut is done. And it's unfortunate that people don't want that they don't want us blow drying, because that means that we're not checking our work that one last time.
Right.
We check our work a lot, but that one last time sometimes just hits home.
I was always told, at least in my last profession, when I was an alarm installer, my old friend Scott, he was great. He said the last 15 minutes of your job are the most important.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when you find out what you did. Everything's clean. Everything's ready to go. I can totally understand that.
Absolutely.
This one, here's one for you. Not giving any guidance. While some people might feel uncomfortable or awkward asserting exactly what they want done to their hair, it's not considered trying to take your stylist's job. In fact, the stylist can do a better job when you're able to communicate what cut or color you want, especially if you provide a photo inspiration. And giving a clear direction is different than being bossy.
Yeah. That's especially true if you're doing an updo, because there's so many styles to updos. If you want to do something and their dress is totally a different style, you need to know what to do. Or if you're wanting some crazy ass cut that's coming out right now and you don't know how to describe it, you should bring a picture. Like, just give us somewhere to start. It doesn't have to stay that way. It won't stay that way because you have to adjust a haircut for every face that there is on the planet. So there's a lot to that. But if you're not letting me know what you want, I'm going to look at your hair and how it was before, and you're going to get exactly that, just a trim.
Right.
So I think it's important that but again, I think you pick your people. My people come in and they know exactly what they want, because I always know exactly what I want.
Right.
So, and when they don't, we have discussions, and I'll tell them what I think. And I love when they don't have a plan and we come up with one together, because that's, again, when I'm doing my best work and they're listening to what is going to look good on them as opposed to what is in style that everybody else is going for. So yeah, there's that. You just need to talk to your clients. That's all.
Yeah. And vice versa. When I've cut my hair off several times, but the second time I had to cut off, I actually took a picture in with me of it was actually a guy in a band that I just liked his hair. And that's how that started. So, because I didn't know, like, when you have hair to your waist
for years.
Yeah, for years. And you're going to go, I literally went from that to a number 1 on the side of my head.
Yeah.
In a sitting. So like for me, it was like, okay, I at least want to check out this look so I can decide what I want to do long term.
Mm-hmm.
So that's let's see. Here's one for you. Grabbing what products you need. It's good to be able to feel comfortable at the salon as long as you remember it's not your home. The hair products and tools that are displayed by your chair are for your stylist, and the products used can affect the overall result. Therefore, allow your stylist the opportunity to professionally choose how to proceed. If you're really wanting a little extra spritz of hairspray before heading out the door, simply ask.
Yeah, I've had a lot of that go on. Like, I use hairspray is my favorite product. I mean, I will use that before I'll use anything. It's my go-to. If I was on a deserted island, hairspray would be one of the things I took with me. And it amazes me that people feel the need to spray their own hair. And then I watch how they do it, which is hilarious. They'll put it like 2 inches from their hair, blow a shit ton of hairspray on it, leave it looking crusty, and then they're fine. I'm like, why? And most of the time it's older women that you do their weekly set, and they can't hold the bottle and do it without using their other hand. And I'm like, please just let me blow. I'll spray the shit out of it. Just let me back it up a foot, because you don't need it that close and that crusty,
Right.
So yeah, that could be a problem. And I'm like, a lot of people will say, Well, you get people over the years that'll say, well, I want to use mousse and not gel. Well, I want to use this or not that. And I'm like, well, I'll use it on you this time, but I want you to look for this and that. If you're having these problems, do me a favor. Let me use what I got to use next time.
Right.
Because you're not going to have your hair turn out the way you want to. But I'll do it. I'll do it to prove you wrong because I'm all about that, you know. Do your
I
thing.
think there's something to that as well, is that sometimes you just have to show somebody.
Oh, you have to.
You're wrong.
Because those people that'll spray their own hair or demand using a mousse over a gel or something, they clearly have no idea what they're talking about anyway. But I'll show them. I'll go through that with them so that they don't do it again. You know, because you do need to educate people, but some people just don't want to hear it.
Do you think...
Excuse me.
Here's part of the only thing that I would say about that. Do you find that maybe if you let them do it, they blame you afterwards for not saying it?
You got to understand, you're going to get blamed for everything. You know, people, I have a client that I've had for close to 30 years now. And she always says, you've known me in my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, and my 80s. And that is true.
Wow.
She tells me every time she comes in what I need to do to her hair. Now, mind you, that many years, I could literally shut my eyes and cut her hair in my sleep or do whatever I need to do in my sleep. But she will tell me what is wrong and if it didn't stay. And I look at her and I tell her, I said, you can imagine that if God wanted our hair to look exactly the same for the week, we would look more like Marge Simpson and wouldn't have like little tiny strings coming out of our head. Right. Hair is meant to move. Hair is meant to flow. Hair is not meant to be stuck in a helmet shape for a whole week and to be expected to look perfect every time.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
I do her hair really well and it looks really good for the week, but you know, those hairs do move. There does need
makes
to
sense.
There does need to be some upkeep. You know, I can't be there every day to make sure that one hair stays where it needs to stay.
Right.
So there's that.
I think that, you know, if you're in there and you're grabbing shit off the, you know, counter in front of you, there's a bigger problem. Like, it's
control
like,
is real in this world.
And like, I think that maybe I'm just a dude and I think that most guys wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Pretty much just because like part of going there is the cool part of like, just do your shit. And I can go like this and take off a little bit of hair and wipe my neck a little bit and I can boogie and I'm good for the day. Right.
Yeah. Guys are much easier when it comes to that than women are, for sure. Yeah.
And not only that, and if you add a shave to it, it's even better. Because then like, that's like, I think a guy's really only pampering. You know what I mean? Because like, if you go to, I had a friend years ago who was just becoming a barber. So I would go there and she'd even tell me like, I'll give you a shave for free because I'm starting and I want to get better at it. And I was like, well, hell yeah, man. She wrapped my face in a towel. And while my face was in the towel, she was rubbing the back of my neck. I was like, dude, this is amazing. Like I want someone to shave me all the time. This is super cool. So I think that was one of the things, but I couldn't imagine like going, hey, I need this or I need this. I'm a pointer. I'd be like, hey, like, can we use that stuff? Like the last time I was
say,
here.
what is that? Or, you know, I'm all for that. You want to try that? Let's try some. If it's going to be appropriate. Or I'll tell you why it wouldn't be. That
was part of the hair gel that I use now is because my girl put it on me one time. And it smelled amazing.
What's
and
it
I was
called?
like, hey, what? I don't know.
What color bottle is it in?
It's in a black bottle. They also make, what's the the little can
Pomades.
They made the same company makes that. It's funny because my son has the pomade version of it in his room, and I was like, "Hey, I use that, but I use the gel." And he was like, "You should use the pomade." I was like, "Oh, sorry."
It'll make your hair feel different.
Yeah, but it's I love the smell of it, and that's why I wanted to get it. That's literally why I got it.
Yeah, that's okay. So for me, if I don't like the scent of a product, 9 times out of 10 I won't use it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
If it's something that I absolutely need to have and it's the best thing, and I don't like, I'm not a fan of rose smell in products. I don't know. I don't like it. And this one lady brings in her own product, and it's a hair thickener. You put it in your hair, and it helps give it body, and it helps it not to look so limp and fine. And it works really well for her hair. So, she brings it in because I don't like that shit. I won't buy it. But for that one person, it really works. So she brings her own in, and I'm a fan of that. But and every salon I've been in with every stylist, scents are a big deal. We talk about that. Like, smell it. It smells so good. Oh, wait, now look what it does.
Right.
It's kind of the first thing we use.
I mean, it makes sense. Look, we are, that's one of our biggest senses, right? It's just or there wouldn't be such a market for things that smell good.
Oh, totally. I know when I get ready at the house, my cousin's living here right now. She goes, "I love when you get ready." And I said, "Why?" She goes, "You make the back of the house smell so good with your hair products, your body sprays, whatever it is you're using." She goes, "I really like all your smells on you." I don't know, she uses different things on her. We use way different things. Right. But she always says, "I know when you got ready for work and you were in a good mood because everything just smells good in the back of the house."
That's pretty awesome.
It is. I like when she says that. It's a cute little compliment.
Here's one for you. And I think this is a two-way street. Arriving with dirty hair.
I don't care. I don't care at all.
But do you always wash their hair?
Oh, yeah. I won't touch a dirty head of hair to do anything to it unless it's to wash it. Like, that's gross. I wash my own hair every day. As a matter of fact, lots of times it gets washed twice a day. And I know that's excessive. And I know everybody says don't wash your hair as much. But I have oily hair. And every time I get in the shower, I'm going to get my head wet because I just don't feel clean if I'm not cleaning everything on me. So I don't mind doing the dirty hair. It doesn't bother me. That one doesn't bother me.
So I do it just out of respect to the person. I just wash my hair. I don't.
Yeah, see, I don't think we really care about that though. I know I don't. And I know a lot of hairdressers that they don't care. They won't say, "Oh, your hair is really dirty. Let's go wash it." I normally hear, "My hair is really dirty." And I'm like, "Oh, not a problem. Let's go put some soap in it."
Right.
That's what I'm going to do anyway.
Right. I think if you, with, dudes probably are the biggest, person who probably doesn't do it. They just go in there. Yeah. But I do it just because, again, my biggest thing too is that I drive far to get my hair cut because it's a friend of mine. So I take a shower in the morning anyway before I leave. So no matter. Now, here's the one thing though, is I do take a shower and then I just let it dry on the way there.
Yeah.
So
no, there's nothing wrong with that. I had a client years and years ago who was an old lady, and she was such a crab. She was horrible. Anyway, I had to wash her hair every 2 weeks. She would come in to get her hair done. Not every week, every 2. And she literally smelled like Fritos when you got her hair wet. And it grossed me out. I couldn't get away from the smell. I couldn't eat Fritos for probably about 15 years while I was doing her hair. It was pretty gross. And in that case, I'm like, please wash your hair, because that's more than washing your hair. You got to scrub your scalp and get all that dandruff off. You got to brush 2 weeks worth of hairspray out of your hair. Like, take your ass a bath and get yourself clean before you come in. At that point, nobody should be smelling Fritos. Like, I literally could not eat Fritos in my chili beans, and I love Fritos and chili beans for like 15 years.
Fritos and chili is so good. Right?
It's not when you smell it on somebody's funky little head, though.
Yeah. No, I can see why.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so good. I totally dig. I haven't had Fritos and chili in a while, but I really like it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. How about this one? Keeping concerns or complaints quiet. It might seem rude to voice concerns over your finish. Look directly to your stylist when you're unhappy, but stylists often actually prefer being allowed the opportunity to try and elevate the issue.
Yeah.
It's normal to not want to hurt anyone's feelings, but it's much better to communicate in the moment than to complain to the receptionist or call the salon the next day. Instead, speak up politely, noting the areas of concern and that you can be tweaked or improved before you leave.
Yeah, you don't need to be telling anybody else. I work for myself. If you don't like something, tell me what you don't like about it. I'll try to fix it. And if not, you just won't be paying me, because I don't want to hear your shit. Like, if I did the best I could and you still don't like it and you've said numerous times, I'll just be like, okay, go somewhere else. Here's your money,
and I
go
think
somewhere else.
To me, if you say it right there, okay, and I'll say mostly for me, just because I have really short hair now. My hair is going to grow out in 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah, but that shit don't fly when it comes to women and their hair, because women
that's what I'm
very
saying.
Much their identity is their
right.
hair.
That's why I'm trying to be nice when I say this. I can understand, but I think keeping quiet's worse. Because here's the thing: it's just like a relationship, right? Actually, it is a relationship. If you're going to the same person, you have a relationship with your stylist.
You do.
If you're not communicating, then it's kind of also on you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't bitch about the hair you just got and then complain about it to everybody else and then go back to you the next time and not say anything.
Yeah, don't do that. Just talk to your stylist. And you don't even need to be an ass about it. Just say, you know what, I need more length next time, or I need my bangs not as short, or whatever it is, or hey, just tip my bangs because I'm trying to keep them long. Mm-hmm. All you got to do is say something. We're not mind readers.
Correct. And here's my thing too, is that before you do it, before you cut, if you have long ass hair, never say to somebody, cut off what needs to be cut off.
You know what? That's funny that you should say that, because everybody tells me that, cut off what you should. But they also know I'm not a hacker. I'm not wanting to make people's hair shorter than it needs to be. I personally have very long hair right now. I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. But, sometimes you need to tell a client, you need a good 2.5 inches cut off your hair because it's been a year. Let me cut it off, and then it'll grow back nice and healthy and it won't keep splitting up higher. I'll have that conversation way before I even stick scissors in their hair, because I want them to come back.
Right. And I'll tell you, because it was done to me by you. I went in and said, hey, just cut off what needs. And I remember you holding how much had to be cut off.
Like, yeah.
And I was like, and it had been a while. I had let my hair go and it was really damaged. And I remember going, holy shit. And it was like 3.5 inches. Like, it was a lot. And then I was like, and thankfully it was you. And you're just like, you don't get it. If you don't cut this off, your hair is just going to continue to get fucked up.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's why I show a person there should be no after it's all done, because what if you didn't want that much off?
Correct. And thankfully I was like, oh shit, she's going to cut off so much. And, and no matter what you do, the reality is it's going to shock somebody, even if they know it's coming.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot when you have this really long hair and then it goes to be really short, or so you think.
You thought it was short. It just wasn't caught in your waistband when you put your pants on.
Right. And that's the thing. And no matter what you do, you're going to be like, oh, because in your head, you think it's so much. So
what I'll do though is I try to brush everybody's hair out before I start, especially on very long hair. But where the comb starts to really get stuck is where your hair needs to get cut off. Because if it wasn't damaged, I'd be able to roll through it with a comb, no problem. With the products that I use and the conditioners that I have, it wouldn't be a problem. If I cannot get that comb through your hair is dead.
Right.
So it needs what it needs.
Exactly. And I think that by saying, what you need from the very beginning is huge. That then you're less likely to be shocked by anything.
Oh, for sure.
Because like for me, like when I decided to cut my hair off, you did it one time and my other friend did it the other time. Like I went in there and said, cut off my ponytail. Like it wasn't, I knew what I wanted. I wasn't going to be shocked at the end.
Right.
Because
that's when somebody's really ready.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, for sure.
Now here's one for you there, miss, because since we do this on here, this should be kind of an interesting one. Chatting too personally. The salon has long been considered a sacred place of lighthearted chatting and gossip, but it's safe to say that some folks take that sentiment to the extreme. Stylists are not therapists or doctors, so make sure to keep the conversation on appropriate topics while confined to the salon chair for both of your sakes.
I love inappropriate conversations. Like that is my favorite thing. You will make me have the best time doing your hair if we are inappropriate and saying probably way too much. But here's the deal with that. You have to keep your voice lower. You can't, we were talking the other day to hairstylists and he said something about doggy style. Now, it's not inappropriate for him because that's what we talk about all day with him. We always talk dirty and that's the way it is. But the hairdresser right behind me was like, okay, let's take it down a little. This is inappropriate conversation. And she's looking at her client like, can you see this frigid old bitch does not want to hear about your doggy style? Like,
makes sense.
And it was funny what he was saying, but it was inappropriate for the person. You got to know your audience and you have to know the audience around you. There's been other times where we'll get the whole salon ripping and roaring over stuff that's being said, and it's all in good fun. And, most of the time they're making fun of me because I could take it. But it seems like the hairdressers will start with me and then I have to stick up for myself and everybody's laughing, but I keep it a little less inappropriate than what the other hairdressers might, just because, that we all have our lines of what we want to say and don't want to say. And I think mine are a little bit more conservative. But when I say something and it's not conservative, it's going to be under my breath. It's going to be closer to the person and they're going to hear it, which is fun because that's what they're baiting me for. But you just got to know when to calm it down. But inappropriateness, I don't know. I don't think I like the hairdresser that I am and I like the psychologist that I am. So bring it on.
Right. I kind of agree with you. I think as long as it's volume tone down, I think you're good because then you're less likely to offend someone who might not be ready for it.
Right.
So I think as long as you're keeping it
I've
there.
had some stories that I walked into and they were so beyond inappropriate.
Right.
I could even tell them. But like when somebody shows you their boob because they had to have a cyst removed and they pull their boob out in the middle of the shop. I don't want that. Like that's too far. Like,
yes.
And I don't want to see your boob. And I know we're all women, but I don't want to do that. And I don't want to know about, oh gosh, I can't even go into it. Let's just say there are times when even Tina doesn't want to know what is going on in your world.
Right. Again, there's some things that should be left just be left
to yourself.
alone.
To yourself.
Right. Exactly. I just think that it's just better.
But in my book that I'm writing has all the inappropriate you could handle in one book. Because most of the time, I started doing this when I was 20 years old. And I was a really good girl growing up. I wasn't, I didn't have a lot of experiences. I didn't travel till I was 18. I didn't have a lot of sexual encounters, but I swear the older women, they grew me up fast in this profession. Like, and everybody goes, damn, Tina, you know about everything. And I'm like, well, let me tell you why. People have schooled me over the years while I'm doing their hair. And I've heard from the best, the worst types of stories that I could hear. So nothing really surprises me anymore. Mm-hmm. Just doesn't.
I can see why. I mean, we're just a more open society now anyway. So I think
I've always been like that. So I encourage people's madness for sure. You laugh. Stop.
Now we're going to get into two, I think, more modern. The last two are just more modern. The first one is taking photos. It says, don't let your desire to document the process. Taking selfies is totally acceptable after the service is done, but avoid moving your arms and positioning during the cut or coloring in order to take photos. Additionally, if your stylist is going to be in the photo, make sure you ask their permission.
Yeah. The only time it seems like people want to take pictures is the day that my makeup isn't on or my hair's not done because I had to color my own hair. And I don't like that. If you're going to take my picture as a hairdresser, let me look like a hairdresser, not like somebody that's soaking wet and trying to get, their own hair combed.
Yeah. I just think that, look, you're there to get your cut. Let's I don't know.
Get out of their way, yeah.
For the one, I don't know, hour or 2 hours, don't take a picture of yourself. And maybe that's just me being a dick, but like it's a tad much. It's like, look, it's okay to not do that for a second.
Yeah. But after a cut, I'll say, do you, if somebody pulls out their phone and wants to take a picture, I'm like, do you want me to do it for you? I don't even mind that.
I think that would be better.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to see the back of your head? No.
get a really good shot of this.
Mm-hmm. There's a way to do it where if I'm taking the picture and I'm standing in an angle where I'm not in it, I could take a picture of the back of your head and your face in the mirror. So you're getting the full picture in one picture. I mean, if you really want a selfie, that's a good way to take it.
Yes.
I don't offer that as a service, though, by any means.
No, but I mean, I can understand. So here's the other thing. Here's the next one. We're getting close to the end of this. So this is where we're doing good. Avoiding your phone. While it is generally considered rude to be talking on your phone at the salon, it is fine to read or answer occasional text messages during your service, as long as you're not moving your arms and head too much. Stylists are understanding that many people are busy with responsibilities, so it does not hurt their feelings if you need to take a break from chatting to check your email or messages. As well as all etiquette rules, just use your best judgment.
I don't mind that at all until I need their attention. And at the point where I'm like, hey, I need you to look at this. What do you want me to do here? Mm-hmm. I need you to put the phone down quickly and answer my question so I can continue what I'm doing. But for the most part, as long as you keep your head up when you're in the dryer, as opposed to keep it down because you're looking at your phone, I don't have a reason to care. Unless, like I said, if you don't want the front of your hair processed, keep your head down so that it's not getting the heat. Keep it up if you want your hair.
Right. That's a good
and I'll
point.
tell them that. I'll be like, this will be on you. If you keep your head down, this will not process right. And this is what you're going to see the whole 2 months until I see you again. So keep your head up.
Funny.
Keep your head up. Let that heat get on there because if it doesn't, that's on you. It's not on me. And I
That's
tell them
amazing.
that so that they know that I'm not going to take the blame for that.
Right. Look, for me, it really doesn't matter because I wear glasses and I have to take my glasses off to to get my hair
That's
cut.
most people, actually.
So like in my case, it wouldn't matter because without my glasses, I can't see.
Yeah. But they'll try to put their damn glasses on. I have wrapped a whole perm where perms are right on top of their ear, and people will try shoving their glasses in. I'm like, oh, fuck, here goes the front of the... And I'll tell them, you know what you just did? You just messed up the curl pattern on those two pieces. So when your hair's tweaking out, remember it's because you wanted to wear your glasses to be on Pinterest. And it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I'll tell them exactly, because I could see what everybody is looking at too. I'm right behind them.
Right, exactly.
So, not that I really don't try to look. I try to give people their space, and I don't want to know, to be honest with you.
Right.
So I try, but I'm like, come on, I could see everything. If I wanted to, I could read your text to you. My eyes work at a distance. They just don't work up close. So remember that. I'm seeing everything.
Yeah, to me, I mean, I also just think it's etiquette, and like we just come from I just come from a different generation, and I just wouldn't do it because I just think that it's rude to be. The whole point is that you're supposed to be giving some kind of attention. Yeah. Now, like I said, again, I'm a guy, so I don't have a lot of. I'm not there for a long period of time,
right?
So for me, it's a little different, but I just, I couldn't. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
I hear you.
Be nice and do it. Now, if, like I said, if you're in a dryer and you're, you're going to be there for a little while. So to me, it's okay to be on your phone or texting people or whatever while you're getting someone else ready or, whatever it is. So I can understand that, but just get off your phone for a fucking hour or two. It's okay. Life's going to go on.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Release the leash.
I just think that that's just a nice thing to do. When I first read this, I was just more like, we got to throw this at Tina because, this is your profession where you do this every day
for more of my life than I haven't.
Right. So for me, when I finally saw this, I was like, oh, I got to throw this at her because it is like etiquette is important. And I think there's a lack of it in society today to where people think that they can just talk to you the way that they talk to their friends or just do certain things. Like, again, I couldn't imagine grabbing other people's shit and trying to do like blow dry my own hair. I'd be like, what? Like if you're paying,
you'd be surprised though.
Mostly in your case, like women pay a fuck ton of money to get their hair done. I mean, even dudes now, like haircuts are $50.
A haircut and a shave, basic haircut and shave is $65.
Yeah. So women pay hundreds with an S, plural people, hundreds of dollars to get their hair done. So go get pampered. It's the whole fucking point. And if you keep going to the same person like you, where you have people that have been going there for 20 years, they know that you know how to do their hair. Like my whole point is I would go and sit down and go, okay, do my shit and not wake me up when we're done. Yeah. Like I don't, you're going to style it. I'm going to walk out of there looking like $1 million. And at least for the day, hopefully I know how to style my hair at home now.
Yeah.
It's going to look amazing. And I've seen you most of your like wedding work because, I've been around you when you were doing heads of hair. Updos are really cool. If you're a dude and you haven't seen it done in person, it's really cool to see. I know that that's going to sound very bizarre.
It's
but
impressive.
You know, when my son was very, very, very small, and I'm talking about like in a carrier still, I took 6 months off to stay at home with my kids. So I would go hang out in a salon at the time. And so I got to watch her do all kinds of interesting things. And you don't realize it as a dude that the work you put in and what it takes to color someone's hair. It's just like, it makes you happy to be a dude, and you can go in and get your hair cut in 15 minutes and get out of there.
Yes, you're saving lots of time.
Watching girls get their hair done it'll change your attitude on a lot of shit. Let me tell you, it'll make you happy. You're like, woo, I'm out of here in a few minutes. I'm gonna go eat lunch.
And they're still gonna be here when I'm back from lunch. Yeah,
and matter of fact, I'll be at home with my feet up on the table, and they'll still be there.
Yeah, there are days.
So listen, I know that this is kind of an odd show to do, but really kind of think about what we've talked about, because I know that there's a lot of females who listen to this show. That it's being the stylist is not the easy job that you think it is.
There's a couple things though that I should say. Don't come in with your boyfriend to check out who's cutting his hair. That pisses me off. And if I wanted to sleep with him, I would have done it 20 years ago when I started doing his hair. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to change where they're going unless their hair is horrible. Like, don't be weird like that. Just don't. Or another thing is, if you are with them and you want to come in, go sit in the waiting room. You don't need to be up as kazoo and mine, or standing there with your arms folded, leaning against my station, putting me in an uncomfortable position because you don't trust the dude you're with.
Right.
That shit happens a lot. It happened to me last week. And I finally said to her, you would be so much more comfortable if you sat over there and I bought you a cup of coffee and you just sat there and watched. Like, we're not talking about anything. I promise you.
Right.
And the kid was like 25 years younger than I was. I'm like, get out of here, woman.
Right. Yeah. It's a bit much. It's like,
it's totally.
Yeah. My thing is this, is if I was sending my girlfriend to the salon, my thing is get there, do your shit and get out of there because there's things to do.
Yeah.
You know? And
yeah, I don't like doing girlfriends, when they first get together either. Like, leave your girlfriends, like, let them go somewhere else.
Yeah. Right. No, I can totally see that as well. I could see that. Because you already have a relationship with the person. Mm-hmm. Don't.
And that's the side I'm always going to take, is the person who's been with me the longest.
Right.
Because that's my bread and butter.
Well, and the other thing too is that I wouldn't want my girlfriend to go to the person who cut my hair.
Well, because you dated her, that makes a difference too.
Well, no. But okay, let's say it wasn't her. I'm just saying in general, because like, if you've been going to the same hairdresser for 20 years, for one, they know too much. And then you don't want the new girlfriend like just up their ass with a flashlight, asking them a million questions about somebody that you're probably not going to answer anyway.
No, I go, wait, what? I don't know anything about that. I will downright lie to keep somebody's secrets to myself. You know what I mean? There's no reason that I don't want to be in that situation.
It's just like, don't put people in that situation.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, I can totally understand not wanting to do certain things. And now I think that if that's what you want to do, I think it should be like, hey, my girlfriend happens to want to come get her hair done, treat her the same as you treat everybody else. Don't. Oh no,
I would.
She's a client.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's just the best way of doing everything. It's like I've had people send people into when I was in sales, and there's nothing worse than hearing like, hey, can I get the hookup? No. I make a living. This is how I feed my kid the same way. Like, I can't you know, if I can give you a little bit off, yeah, I might give you a deal, but no, like, sorry, it's unfortunate, but you know, this is what it is. So it's like, I get it, but I don't. So, all right, Miss, what's the last words on your herring?
Sit down in a good mood and think positively about how you're going to go out looking, and it'll happen. You know, just remember that we're the ones that are in the business. We're the ones that are the professionals. So have a little faith, or find someone that you can.
Yes. My thing is enjoy the experience.
Yeah. Be pampered.
That's part of it. Enjoy
Be pampered. I'll listen to all your problems. I'll even make you laugh if I know you're going through it. That's me anyway. So just come in and have fun.
And once you find a good one, stay.
Stick with them. Yeah.
Stay, because it's so well worth it.
Because I do a better job on my own work. Like if I'm fixing my own work or growing out my own work or cutting it back to where it needs to be, it should be because I did it, not because you went to somebody else in between and now I got to fix it again. I don't like to fix hair. And I won't do color corrections if somebody else did it. It's
like a good tattooer.
Yeah.
You're going to continue to go to the same guy or girl because you know they do good work.
Absolutely.
So, all righty. Check us out on the social medias. Listen to this show wherever you can because it's everywhere. And share it. Give it to some new people. And we have a new fan in London that is downloading things at will. So thank you very much. And
thank you, London.
Yeah, like a lot.
Cool.
So yeah, they're catching up on all the shows, which is great. And look, it's an opinion show. Don't get it twisted. Keep coming back every Wednesday. I'm Rob. That's Tina, and we'll see you in a week. Bye.
See ya.